Alright, so, I'm going to be talking about Wolverine by Ben Percy, Volume 5. My friend Chris, aka the Mount Vernon Kid, Chris, thank you once again for this, has sent me volumes this through, now he sent me in the Marvel Hall, volumes like 5 through 8. So there's only one volume left. He kept his word. I made the joke, but I knew he'd keep his word of, like, he's just going to send me the entirety of Ben Percy's Wolverine run. And sure enough, once Volume 9 comes out in, I think, August, that will be fulfilled. But yeah. So this is the continuation of the series, and as you can see, we're now delving into Wolverine's war with Beast. Let's get this out of the way first and foremost. Let's talk about the whole Beast thing, because I have been meaning to, like, give my thoughts on Beast, Beast's whole story in Krakoa, during the Krakoa era of X-Men, which I really love the Krakoa era of X-Men. I don't care what anyone says. I know someone's going to be on here like, actually, I didn't like the Krakoa era. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Yeah. The Krakoa era, I think, was a high point for the X-Men after being shafted for so long. But one of the things that was done that really raised some eyebrows for a lot of people was that Beast was becoming a villain in Ben Percy's X-Force and Wolverine run. Now, mind you, Beast is one of the founding members of the X-Men. He's one of the first original students of Xavier. He has basically been a pillar of mutant kind, and has been a statesman for the mutant kind. But after everything that happened leading up to Krakoa, there was a change where he was like, I am going to, prevent attacks from happening. And it led to him going down this route of being a villain until they had to, like, kill off Beast and bring in a younger clone of Beast that only has his memories up until, like, a certain point. So, like, this is a Beast that only has his memories from, like, the days of the Secret Defenders. This isn't even, like, Beast from the 90s. So, yeah. That's the thing with Marvel, is that if they ever, like, quote-unquote ruin a character so bad, they can just make up another one and say, like, oh, that's the new version now. We saw this with Tony Stark in Avengers The Crossing, where Tony was an agent of Kang the whole time, and then they brought in the Iron Man, the Tony Stark from the past, so to be the new Iron Man. And hell, we even saw, that with Steve Rogers. It's like, oh, that wasn't Steve Rogers. That was a makeup of the Captain America from the Cosmic Cube. Yeah, so Marvel can just do that, of, like, if they ruin a character, if they, like, do something irreversible or reprehensible with the character, they'll just make a copy of that character out of thin air, and it'll go about its business like nothing happened. I guarantee you, no one's going to remember that the Beast we have now in the upcoming Jed MacKay X-Men run is not the same Beast from this era. That's just how it is. Now, having said that, though, I guess I know I'll get to the review in a bit, but I have some thoughts on Beast. Having said that, though, I do feel like Beast's whole turn to becoming a mutant, to an X-Men villain, was kind of shoddily rushed in a way. It really did feel like, it almost felt like a straight-up rush job when you really think about it. It was a storyline that really felt like Beast went to the dark side a little too fast, but on the other hand, he did have, like, his points here and there of basically saying, like, hey, mutant kind has basically been beaten down reprehensibly several times over, so now we are going to hit, this version of X-Force that I'm putting together is like the CIA of X-Men, and we're going to do damage before they do damage to us. But Beast's, thoughts kind of slid into the dark side of it. And I thought they were basically what I thought was going to happen was that it was going to be revealed that the Beast we know had, like, his resurrection protocols were overridden by Dark Beast, and it's been Dark Beast who has been, like, putting his consciousness in the Hank McCoy clone, the Hank we know's clone, and Beast has been dead for a long time, and it's just been Dark Beast using Hank's body this whole time. And that would have made a little more. That would have made a lot of sense, wouldn't it? Like, that would have made a lot of sense of having it be that Hank's been dead this whole time, and well, Hank, after his first resurrection, Dark Beast basically overrid Hank's resurrection protocols and overshadowed his mind. I think that was like a theory that was going around, and I'm sure like Ben Percy's X-Force kind of explains that. Maybe that was the explanation, but yeah. Beast just became a villain, and I gotta say, I kind of like villain Beast. Like Beast as a villain is kind of cool. Even though, yes, Beast is one of my favorite X-Men. I wouldn't say favorite X-Men. He's definitely in like the top 20. He used to be my favorite for the longest time, but that got he kind of like bumped down the ladder as I read more and more X-Men comics, and now, for those who don't know, Cyclops is my favorite X-Man, with Emma Frost bringing up second place and Magneto in third. Maybe I'll do a top 10 favorite X-Men at some point. I don't know. But yeah. But Beast as a villain made him interesting, because you have that kind of intellect and like je ne sais quoi that Hank McCoy had, and put it to a villain. It's kind of fascinating. Again, it feels like Ben Percy wanted to do Dark Beast, but just couldn't wanted to do something a little different with it, if that makes any sense. So yeah. Anyway, I know I've taken a lot of this time talking about my thoughts on Dark Beast, but let's get into the actual review. So the story is that Wolverine has been betrayed by Beast, and Beast overshadowed his resurrection protocols, leading to him becoming Hank's personal assassin. Meanwhile, the rest of X-Force is trying desperately to find Logan, while the island itself is also kind of going through its own problems, and it also is gunning for Logan. It turns out it's not really explicitly said, but basically what it is that the pit of Krakoa has been scarred by having Sabretooth in there for so long. So like Sabretooth's consciousness has like imprinted on Krakoa's pit, and yeah, the stuff between where Wolverine has to battle the psychic implant of Sabretooth in here, it really does make me excited to when I finally get to Sabretooth War, because Ben Percy really gets the rivalry between Victor and Logan. So I'm really excited to read Sabretooth War when we get to that. The other things in here of this is a gory book. The comic continues to be because Wolverine takes out people left and right in the most brutal fashion ever. There's also stuff of dealing with the X-Desk, which is the X-Desk in Ben Percy's run is the CIA branch to deal with mutants, and among them is Jeffrey Bannister. And Bannister is he's basically the dude from Big Lebowski. It's literally. He's just writing, Ben Percy's just writing the dude, who in here has a daughter that does try to get to, tries to find Logan in order to get his help saving her father from Beast. This doesn't really end the story. That story continues into volumes 6 and 7, which, again, Malvern Kid did send me, so I am excited to read that. All in all, it's a pretty solid story. Beast really does make for a good villain, and I'm excited to read where this goes next, especially now that that I know that Beast makes clones of himself to make a council of Hanks, in a way. Yeah, so I'm excited to see what happens next, and yeah, it kind of sold me on the idea of Beast being a villain, and kind of. Actually, pretty much, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm tired. Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think? If you've read this far into Ben Percy's run, what did you guys think of the series so far? Just comment. And what are you guys' thoughts on Beast becoming a villain? Do you guys like that? Did you guys like that or hate that? And what did you guys think of the new version of Beast that we have going forward? I'm curious because I know that people are of two halves on that. So yeah, just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the multiverse.